back to my channel. So as you can see, some things have changed with my collection here. I actually recorded a video today doing a get ready with me and kind of updating you guys on life and such and how I feel about certain things with like collecting and like what's coming and being released in terms of Sailor Moon stuff and then vinyls as well. And I get to uploading that video onto my MacBook to edit, and the volume is complete crap, so that video is not going to happen. But I can make a separate video on that kind of stuff if you guys wish to see something like that. Just let me know down in the comments. I can record that. But I did say in the video that I was going to be showing off my Sailor Moon collection as well as my Funko Pop collection and then my other little mini collection that I've somewhat started. So as you can see, quite a bit has changed within my collection. I was getting tired of the old way that it was displayed, so I changed some things. I've had this set up for maybe about a week and a half, almost 2 weeks now. I just did at the beginning of this week a full like deep clean of everything, taking everybody off the shelves, dusting off everyone's boxes, going through my dolls, brushing their hair, cleaning off their outfits. What else? Oh, taking a lint roller and getting all the dust off of the plushes because they were covered in cobwebs and just dust, and it was gross. So I like completely went through and cleaned everything up. But it's been a few days, so if there is dust that shows up in the video, don't be surprised. That just happens, and I'll have to dust again. I may do that tomorrow. But I will take you a little bit closer in depth just to show you all what has changed. But I'm sure that you can already see from far away what really has. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. We'll start on this side. So I've moved some of my pull-ups. The inners are up here as well as with their 11.5-inch Irwin dolls behind them. And then the girl's memory figure in front of them with the Atsumete figures as well. I tried also putting my pull-ups into their just poses that are in the girl's memories figures. However, Moon to me looks like a pimp, so I now call her Pimp Sailor Moon because of her hand position. Jupiter and Mars weren't that hard to pose. Mercury is pretty simple, but Venus's arm will not go any higher, so she just kind of has it to the side like that instead of straight up like the figure in front of her. But that's what the top shelf of this shelf looks like now. I think this looks a lot more clean. It looks kind of more concise, and I guess we'll see how long this setup like this lasts for. Depending on with like getting new releases of stuff and just how I feel about it. But yeah, that's the top shelf. Then this shelf used to be the inner pull-ups, but now I've moved my figure arts pretty much into here because I was tired of them being at the very, very top and getting so covered in dust, because honestly, I don't really wipe these down. I pretty much just kind of blow the dust off of them and make sure that they don't have any noticeable dust anywhere, because they have such little small intricate parts and like their stands and stuff and how they're positioned. It like takes too long for me to try and go back and repose them. There's Saturn hanging out behind Chibi Moon's hair. So yeah, that's pretty much what I do in terms of cleaning them up. But I decided to put them all, except for the supers, into the shelf right here. Got some acrylic risers back there to rise them up. Middle shelf is all of these petite charas that I've got. So these are all pretty much the blind box ones. I ordered these, well, mostly from, no, yeah, all of them pretty much from eBay. I think a seller had all of the Senshi ones in their uniforms. And then I got another seller for the school uniform ones for the inners, and then I actually bought a new set of the outers in their school uniforms from eBay. So they all came from eBay, but they all were the blind box ones, so I don't have any of their boxes because they were just pretty much disposable boxes. But yeah, that's pretty much all of them in there. I plan to, if I do start collecting the Proplicas and getting a lot more of those, I know that I want to put the Uranus and Neptune Proplica in here. I may get the rods as well as the Moonstick, and then put the Gashapon talismans that my outers have all in this shelf, and then scatter these petite charas just around my collection so that this shelf has a little bit more room, because you see, I don't like how you can see the back of this shelf because these are so small. But anyway, that's what's going on in that shelf. Then down here, I've moved some things around. Of course, all these pull-ups, you get a little crowded, but you gotta do what you gotta do. I moved Princess Serenity and Luna back into this shelf with kind of the royals, I guess you could say, of my pull-up family, and I've got Small Lady in there as well as Helios, and then my Usagi and Mamoru back there with Queen Serenity up front. I had it the other way with the two of them in front of Queen Serenity and her against the back, but they covered up the lights pretty much, so the shelf was pretty dark, so I just decided to change it and have Queen Serenity in the front because she is pretty much Queen Supreme, so it kind of makes sense to have her up there. With right here, all of my Funkos and stuff and my figural key rings, nothing's really changed except having the 3 cat plushes right there. They're temporarily sitting right there because I honestly have nowhere else in my collection to put them, so I've moved them around so much that I'm just going to leave them right there and just let them hang out. I know that they cover up some of the Funkos, and I really don't like that, but I honestly really do not have anywhere else that they can go within this collection, so that's just where they'll be at for now. So over on this side, we've got the outers. I've got all the 11.5-inch dolls and then the pull-up in front of it. So I know Saturn is not Black Lady, but I don't have an 11.5-inch Saturn doll yet. They're way too expensive, and I'm not ready to spend that much money. So for now, Black Lady is up there. I, too, also tried to pose them the same way that they are in their girl's memory form right in front. I've got their talismans all laid up there as well, and then still trying to look for a Saturn and Pluto Atsumete figure, because right now I only have Neptune, Uranus, and Chibi Moon up there. But that is this shelf. I like their colors and stuff they bring together too. It's really, really nice and pretty. But yeah, that's the top shelf. This one is just like when I had on the top shelf up there a long time ago, my Crystal Figure Art Zero figures as well as my regular Figure Art Zero figures. All back there. They're all back together in this shelf right here. I, for a while, had the Crystal Figure Arts up along the top on those acrylic risers, and I don't know why I did that because there's so many of them compared to the 5 of the regular Figure Art Zero, so I just changed it, and it looks so much cleaner now. But, yeah, that's this shelf. This shelf right here, nothing's changed except for I got a couple days ago from GameStop, they have the, I think these are the Yukatara. No, these are not the Yukatara. These are the other ones. It starts with an S, but it's just the inners and their color coordinated kimonos. I got those from GameStop. They had a full set in a box, and they had another box, but only had like 4 or 5 in there, so I knew that they were probably, someone was probably missing. So I got the bottom box and just got all those in there so that I could get all 6 of them in one buying session. So that's what I did. And then I still have my Super S figure arts all around Helios and Chibiusa and Princess Serenity. So that's pretty much all happening in this shelf. And then in the bottom, I've got quite a bit going on. So I've got my Eternal Sailor Moon and Chibi and the Starlights Petite Charas just lined up right there. When I get the 3 lights with the Starlights in their school uniform as well as Usagi, I'm going to put them in the shelf as well. But we've got Sailor V, Tuxedo Mask, the Starlights, Black Lady, Mistress 9, and then Eternal Sailor Moon and Super Sailor Moon in this shelf. Once I get Princess Kaku, which I said in that video this morning that I can't upload because the sound quality is crap, I said in that video that yesterday I actually pre-ordered Princess Kaku from Pull Up Style finally. But I really don't know where I'm going to put her because there's really no room down in this shelf, and I don't want to try and add her somewhere else out of place. So once she comes at the end of this month, which is when she's supposed to be in stock and then finally delivered, I really don't know where I'm going to put her. So I'll have to probably reevaluate my collection once again. I right now have a plan for like proplicas when I get those, but as for more pull-ups and figures, for now, I really don't know what I'm going to do. And Petite Chara sets is what I'm looking for as well, and I know where I can put those at. But kind of the bigger stuff, I really don't know where just yet. But that is my Sailor Moon collection for now. I also, along with, speaking of plushes and stuff, recently obtained Sailor Mars and Moon in the 17-inch plush. I really wish that they would release Mercury as well as trying to get Venus and Jupiter. I'm still on the hunt for those. Nothing has changed with my vinyl collection. I did say in that video that I recently started collecting the 90s holiday Barbies. Quick little backstory. The reason why I'm doing this is because this one at the top is the 95 Barbie and this is 96. My sister had the 95 Barbie for like ever and was going through her room and cleaning out stuff, and she was going to throw her away. Or throw her away. She was going to give her away, and I thought, no, I'll keep her because she's really, really pretty. And then looked up on eBay, and people are selling these for like 20-30 bucks. So I thought, hey, maybe I could try and start collecting them. So I recently ordered and got the one from 96, which is really pretty. I'm debating on whether I want to keep them in their boxes or take them out and display them in like really big glass cases, which I could get from the Container Store, which they're not really glass, they're plastic, but just kind of thinking about those and debating. But those are those two right there. I do plan to get more, just not right away or anything. But I figured I'd show those. And then lastly, I have my Funko collection. So look at how huge this is. I can't even fit almost the whole thing in the video. Recently, I've gotten like on the bandwagon of trying to collect more Funkos. I originally didn't really collect Funkos. To be quite honest, like within the last month, the second row plus these two and then this strip right here was all that I collected within the last couple weeks or so. The Friends ones I didn't have. The Brady ones up there I didn't have, but everyone else I did have for quite a while, and I was like, no, there's nothing really that I'm desperately wanting Funko wise. And then they've just been on this roll with like Funko Pops, and so I've just been like, you know what, let me go ahead and collect them while I can. So I recently obtained most of the Brady ones up there. I'm still waiting on the Books A Million exclusive of Jan and George Glass. So she'll go up there, of course, with the rest of them. I have like the Royals, I've got Queen Elizabeth and Prince Charles and all of them down. I've got, of course, my drag queen ones, RuPaul to Trixie Mattel, my Riverdale ones after, and then I've got my three girls from Clueless, Amy Winehouse, and my Toy Story ones, my Rugrats ones, and then all of my Friends ones here. I recently, just yesterday with my sister, we went to Target when the exclusives were being released, and I got the Monica Geller with the turkey on her head. The next row is my Teen Titans ones, plus Mariah Carey, which, can we just say, this is hilarious. Like, hello, Mariah Carey as a Funko Pop, hilarious. My Teen Titans ones I'm thinking about getting rid of because I only have that many, and trying to get Beast Boy, Starfire, Cyborg, and Robin, it's way ridiculously expensive, so I think I might get rid of those, but I'm not 100% sure. And then we've got some of my Power Ranger ones, my Scooby-Doo gang, and then Lucy and Ricky from I Love Lucy. We've got Army Man from Toy Story, and then all of my Power Ranger ones down here. The first bottom row, these are the ones I've had the longest. They were like the very first ones that I collected, and then recently they've just released the ones of them without their helmets on, so that's what I have, as well as some of the villains. But that's going to be it for this pretty much whole entire video. It's just kind of showcasing all of the collections that I have going on, as well as my vinyl collection, which I need to probably do an updated video of that at some point soon, but there are some vinyls that I'm wanting, so maybe after I get those, I will do a collection video then. But that's going to be it for this video. If you have any questions about any of my collections in my room, just let me know down in the comments, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys!